Thank you for joining me for practice today. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel. And in the description is a link to the Patreon account. We appreciate any donations you can offer. Thank you. All right, so come into a comfortable seated position. Move the flesh from the sit bones. Sit tall. Close the eyes. Let the backs of the hands rest gently on the knees, palms facing up. Root down through your sit bones. Lift through the crown of the head and grow just a little taller. The shoulders soften down the back. And feel the chin draw in slightly so the back of the neck is long. And turn your attention to your breath. Just take a few moments to watch the rise and fall of the belly. Settling into the body and into this time and space. Notice, does the breath feel rushed or busy or intense? Or does it feel calm and smooth and relaxed? Or somewhere in between? And after a few moments of just watching the rise and fall of the belly, begin to notice the breath wants to grow. So we'll breathe into the belly and then the ribs, and exhale belly and ribs, and just a few rounds of that two-part breath. And as the ribs widen out to the side, notice if there's any resistance or tension, chronically contracted areas. Or do the ribs feel open, flexible, and able to expand? And then move it into a three-part breath. Belly, then ribs, then chest on inhalation, and exhale belly, then ribs, then chest. And same here too. Just take in the information from the area of the chest. Does it feel open and spacious? Or is there some areas of tension, restriction? And now that you're completing that full diaphragmatic breath, if you'd like to add in the Ujjayi sound, just ocean wave, whisper type sound to the breath. The same sound you'd make if you were fogging up a mirror. Bring that in now. And with the addition of the Ujjayi breath, not only does that heat warm the breath, but it also slows it down. And it can really tell us whether the breath is smooth and even, or if there's areas where we're still holding, or jumps or catches in the breath. So try to smooth everything out. Inhale, flowing into exhale, flowing into inhale. Good. And having established a steady rhythm, maintain that as you bring your hands together in front of your heart. Let your thumbs touch your sternum and bow your head to your hands. So we're going to work today a little bit with that seamless flow that we were creating here in the breath, that smooth inhale, smooth exhale. And using dynamic flow in our practice is a way to coordinate the body together so that we tap into some of that flow. And then you can just bring that into your intention and just ask to have grace. So place that intention here in the heart and surround it with love. We're going to begin with the chant of Om, and there's 3 parts to Om, the Ah, O, and part. Again, we want to find that the transition between those three is smooth and even. So take a deep inhale in, and then a long exhale out. And transitioning from the base of the spine to the crown, another deep inhale in. Begin your chant of Om. Just gently lower your chin to your chest. Release your hands to your knees. And keeping the eyes closed, just flow, taking the right ear to the right shoulder. And then bring the chin down to the chest and let the left ear soften over to the left shoulder. So just creating that half moon shape, chin to chest, inhale right ear to right shoulder. Exhale, chin to chest and left ear to left shoulder. And just keep moving back and forth here through the neck, observing any areas of restriction, resistance. And you may notice that as you continue the movement, it gets just a little easier with each round. A little more familiar. Body can soften some of the gripping. One more to the right, one more to the left. And then come back to center, chin to chest. And just gently open your eyes, bringing your head to a neutral position. If your sit bones are propped up, you may want to come off of them. We're going to place our hands on top of our knees. Inhale, dip the heart forward through the shoulders. And let the elbows point up. Hold on to your knees, concave your spine and round the back, pressing into the back of the heart. Do that again. Inhale, lean forward, elbows point up, heart stays open. Exhale, hold the knees or shins, concave the spine, contract the abdomen, push into the back of the heart. And keep going, inhaling, exhaling with your smooth, even breath. Notice again here too, that each time you go through this pattern, it just gets a little easier, a little more familiar. Good. One more here, inhaling forward. And exhale back. And then sit tall for a moment and just feel the spine. Feel that subtle flow of energy through that spinal center. Okay, we're going to do that same thing, but we're going to move in a circle. So holding onto your knees, you're going to let your heart dip forward, come around, concave the spine, navel to the spine as you make a big circle. And then repeat that again. So holding the knees as you lean back just for support, and then coming forward. And just notice as you move through your hips here, you can move a little more quickly or slowly, whatever feels good for the body, but where is the tension being held? What are you experiencing there in the hips and pelvic floor? And the element associated with that area of the sacrum near the hips is the element of water. And then go in the other direction. So after you've done one side, switch and reverse, and just notice. It's sometimes really interesting to me that you might discover a new area of tension just by changing the pattern around. And it's one of the reasons why we practice yoga. The Krishnamacharya said, Navasharara Samskara, which is to create a new body pattern. And that is through this new body pattern, we discover new information about the mind, about areas we might want to shift, change, or grow. And then come back to center again, find neutral spine, and then just rest. Once again, noticing energy moving in the body. And bring your fingertips on top of your shoulder heads, and then make big circles behind you. So big circles with the elbows, rotating through the shoulders. Creating some flow there in the shoulder joint. Working into that rotator cuff. And then you can go in the other direction. And again here too, notice, is there a different or a new sensation that kind of becomes exposed through the shifting or the transition? And just release the fingertips to the floor. Inhale the right arm up. And then walk over to the left. Now press that right sit bone down towards the floor. Extend the fingertips away. And as you exhale, you're going to bend the elbow and rotate the navel to the right, open the chest up, and then come back to that same position. Inhale the top arm up and over the head. And then again, exhale, rotate the navel, open the chest, bend the elbow towards the rib cage. Good, again, come back. Inhale. Exhale, rotate. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Inhale the top arm over the head. And then slowly lift back to neutral. And then bring the right fingertips down and inhale the left arm up. And walk the hand out. So inhaling, extend. And exhale, bend the elbow, rotate the navel to the left. Again, inhale. Exhale. Squeeze, wring out, inhale. Notice if each time you do it, exhale, it gets a little easier, a little more familiar. Last one. Then inhale the top arm over the head. And then lift with that left hand and come all the way back to neutral and just sit once again, that tall spine, relaxed body. Feeling prana moving, flowing through the system. Okay, tabletop position. So bring your hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips, tops of the feet, press firmly into the floor. Inhale, the heart lifts, sit bones lift as you look up. Exhale, round the back, draw the sit bones to the heels, child's pose. Inhale, come back up, tabletop position. Heart lift, sit bones lift. Exhale, as you pull the navel back, bend the elbows slightly, squeeze them towards the midline to widen the upper back. Good, keep going. Inhaling and exhaling. 3 more, please. Again, establishing that breath so that we have an even inhale, even exhale. And notice the ease that comes in through repetition. Now on your next one, when you come back into tabletop position, inhale the right arm long, left leg long. So flex through the heel of that foot. Exhale, bring your knee to your chest, elbow to your knee. Inhale, extend away again. And then exhale, bring the hand down, knee down for tabletop. Switch sides. Inhale the left arm long, right leg. Exhale, knee to chest, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend away. And exhale, tabletop. Inhale again. Right arm, left leg. Exhale, crunch everything into that midline. Inhale, extend away. And exhale, tabletop. Left arm, right leg, inhale. Exhale, contract. Inhale, extend. And exhale, neutral. So keep going, alternating right and left sides. Using your breath to guide you. That even inhale, even exhale. And notice that strength in the core, strength in that postural chain. Building some warmth and heat here. All that aids in the flexibility. We'll do one more right, one more left. And then this time, just sit tall on your heels just for a moment. Absorb the tailbone into the body, lift the lower belly, hands rest comfortably in your lap, and breathe here. Again, notice prana swirling through the torso, perhaps some added warmth in the abdomen. And we're just going to build into that warmth to open the chest a little more. So fingertips reach behind you, point them towards your heels, press into the palms, lift your sternum. Stretching into the tops of the shoulder heads, breathe here. Keep lifting that navel and heart up towards the ceiling. Anchor deeply into the heels of the hands. One more. And then roll off the fingertips. Bring your elbows down into your mat. Wrap your hands around the middle part of your arms and either interlace your fingers and press your forearms down or spread your palms wide with your forearms parallel. Tuck the back toes under, lift the sit bones up and back, and come into dolphin variation of down dog or forearm down dog. So just like your down dog, your feet are hip distance, toes are turned in slightly, heels are out. Roll the inner thighs in and back, allow the sit bones to lift and spread. As the tailbone lifts, it elongates the waist, head and neck just hangs. Press down firmly through the forearms so there's space in the shoulders. You're not collapsing in those joints. Let's see if you can really reach into the web of the index and thumb. Breathe here. Now, we're going to flow here as well. So dolphin push-ups, take your feet back about 3 inches. And as you exhale, chest goes over the forearms, tailbone under, lower belly lifts. And then inhale, reach back up. And exhale, chest over forearms, tailbone under, lower belly lifts. Inhale, back up. And keep going, inhaling, exhaling, contracting the abdomen on the way down. As you're moving in and out here, notice the repetition, building some warmth, some familiarity. Two more. And then as you lift the sit bones up, bring knees to floor, sit bones to heels, round the back, embryo. So back of the hands toward the heels, let the upper body soften. Shoulders are relaxed. Just melt into the heat.
Breathe the same pattern of breath, but now really feel it opening up the back side of the body. Good, and then hands underneath the shoulders, roll up to sitting on your heels one more time, and then we'll just tuck the back toes under and straighten the legs, walk forward to the front of your mat, and come into a wide forward fold. So feet are hip distance apart, micro bend in the knee, relax into the backs of the legs. So take your hands onto your glutes and slide them down towards your ankles. Just do that a couple times to coax the hamstrings to open, easing that forward fold. Good, and then interlace the fingers behind your back, Yoga Mudra. Take the knuckles up and away from you. Stretch out your shoulders. And if you like to do that little flossing of the shoulder blades, take the knuckles towards the sacrum and then over the head. And just go back and forth a few times. Staying in that forward fold for a few more moments. Just keep the knuckles reaching over the head. And then once again, slide the hands down the backs of the legs towards the ankles. And release the hands to the earth. Make sure that your body weight's not sinking in your heels, but come forward just a little bit in the balls of the feet because you really want to be centered right over that middle arch of the foot. Let gravity take the crown of the head. And then hands on your shins, straighten your arms, extend the spine forward, monkey pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms out wide, press equally into both feet. Lift and rise all the way up. And then exhale, hands to your heart. And just take a moment to feel those opening postures. Just observe. Samastiti. Again, prana flowing through the body. Our goal is to get it to be unobstructed. Back at the front of your mat, either big toes touching space between the heels or feet hip distance apart. Hands together in front of the heart. Surya Namaskara A. Inhale, the arms reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway to monkey pose. Hands on the shin, crown away from the tailbone. And then exhale, step or lightly hop back to plank position. For the first round, we're going to bring knees to floor. Squeeze the elbows tight into your side as your belly comes down. Tops of the feet ground. Inhale, just low ribs stay on the floor. Cobra, low cobra. And then exhale, navel up and back for downward facing dog. Taking 5 breaths in down dog. It's very similar to that dolphin, but here we did not do the shoulders yet, so roll your shoulder heads away from your ears, squeeze the inner elbows toward one another, and press firmly through the web of the index and thumb. And in the base of the body, it's the same, so keep drawing those heels down towards the floor as you lift the tailbone up. Release your head and neck. 3 more breaths. Keep taking that navel in and up at the bottom of each exhale. And at the bottom of this last exhale, come onto the balls of your feet. Bend your knees, look at your hands, step or lightly hop forward. Inhale to monkey pose, hands on chin, crown away from tailbone. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift and rise all the way up, arms reach. And exhale, arms down by your side, hands to heart. Inhale again, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold, navel to spine. Inhale, halfway to monkey pose, hands on shin or floor this time. Exhale, step or lightly hop back to plank position. This time again, you can leave the knees down or keep them lifted for chaturanga. If the knees are up, now you're in up dog, rolling over the toes, shoulder heads are back. Exhale, navel up and back for downward facing dog, 5 breaths. Same alignment principles. Engage the quads. Pull the weight into the base of the body. Two more. Listen to that ujjayi breath. Listen to hear. Is it encountering any resistance? And rise onto the balls of your feet. Bend your knees, look at your hands, step or lightly hop forward. Inhale to monkey pose, flat back, hands on shin or floor, your choice. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift and rise all the way up, arms reach overhead. And exhale, down by your side or to the heart. Again, inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, monkey pose, flat back. Exhale, step or lightly hop back to plank position. Knees lowered or lifted, chaturanga. If knees are down, you roll into cobra. Otherwise, upward facing dog. And exhale to downward facing dog, 5 breaths. Each inhale, find more space. Each exhale, find the muscles contracting and stabilizing, supporting you with a good foundation. And rise onto the balls of the feet, bend the knees, look at the hands, step or lightly hop forward. Inhale to monkey pose, flat back. Exhale and forward fold. Inhale, lift and rise all the way up, arms reach. And exhale, hands to heart. And now just be here, either keeping your hands at your heart or down by your side. Take a moment just to feel those sun salutations, prana moving through the body. Notice how the heat that you've generated helps to create a little more flexibility and reduces obstruction or resistance. Okay, back at the front of your mat, have your feet hip distance apart. Inhale, bring your right knee up in the air, reach your arms up. And then exhale, shift back into warrior 3. Hands come into prayer. Press through the heel. Inhale, lower that foot down behind you. Arms reach up for warrior 1. Exhale, lean over the front leg. Let the arms reach behind you, palms up. Inhale, come back into warrior 1. Exhale, pivot on the ball of the back foot, come right up into warrior 3. Inhale, come through, lifting that right knee, arms reach overhead. And exhale, foot down, arms down. We'll do the other side. Inhale, left knee lifts up, arms reach overhead. Exhale, hands to heart, warrior 3. Inhale, step that foot back, arms reach forward and up, warrior 1. Exhale, lean over the front leg, send the palms up behind you. Now inhale back into warrior 1. Exhale, hands to heart, pivot on the ball of the back foot, warrior 3. Inhale, knee comes through, arms reach, challenging that balance. And exhale, foot down, arms down. Okay, so that's one round. Let's do another one. Inhale the right arm up. Inhale the right knee up, arms reach. Exhale, warrior 3. Inhale, warrior 1, nice and controlled. Exhale, fold into it, palms reach up behind you. Inhale back to warrior 1. Exhale, pivot on the ball of the back foot to come into warrior 3. Inhale, knee and arms, reach up. And exhale, foot down, arms down. Left side, inhale. Left knee, arms reach. Exhale, warrior three. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, fold, palms face up. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, pivot, come into warrior three. Inhale, knee lifts, arms reach. Exhale. We're just going to do one more round. Inhale, right knee, arms reach. Exhale, warrior three. Inhale, warrior one. Hips stay squared. Exhale, fold, palms reach. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, pivot, warrior three. Inhale, reach, knee and arms. Exhale, come down. Last time, left side. Inhale, left knee, arms reach. Exhale, warrior three. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, fold. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, pivot, warrior three. Inhale, reach. And exhale, arms and knee lower. Take a moment just to rest. Breathe here. Feel again the warmth that's generated from the flow. Find your Ujjayi breath. Get back to that smooth, even inhale and exhale. Good. Back at the front of your mat, Vinyasa, hands together in front of the heart. Inhale, the arms reach up. Exhale, forward fold, navel to spine. Inhale, halfway to monkey pose. Flat back. Exhale, step or lightly hop back to plank position. Lead knees lowered or lifted, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. And then exhale to downward facing dog. So we're going to do another flow here. Bring your feet together, come onto the balls of your feet. Reach your left leg up in the air. Exhale the right heel down. Inhale the left a little higher to get momentum. Now swing that through to the fingertips. Spin the back foot flat. Long stance, heel to arch. Come up through warrior one, open hip and shoulder to the right, warrior two. So inhale, reverse warrior two. Exhale, side angle. Press the outer foot from the fingertips. Inhale, pivot on the ball of the back foot. Right hand plants, left arm lifts up. And then exhale back to plank position. Knees lowered or lifted, your choice, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale to downward facing dog. Feet together, balls of your feet, right leg lifts. Exhale the left heel down. Inhale the right leg as high as you can. And then exhale, swing it through for warrior two. So heel to arch, come up through warrior one. Open hip and shoulder to the left as you exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior two, back hand to thigh, turn and look at the right palm. And exhale, side angle. Right forearm down, left arm up and over the head. Inhale, pivot on the ball of the back foot, plant the left hand down, inhale the right arm up. And then exhale to plank position. Again, chaturanga, knees lowered or lifted, your choice. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale to downward facing dog. And we're going to do that again. Feet together, balls of your feet. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale the right heel down. Inhale the left a little higher. Exhale, swing through for warrior two on this side. Heel to arch, come up through warrior one. Exhale to warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior two. Back hand to thigh, turn and look at the left palm. Exhale, side angle. Forearm down, right arm up and over the head. Inhale, twisting, pivot on the ball of the back foot. Right hand plants under the shoulder, left arm lifts up. And then exhale, plank position, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale to down dog. Feet together, balls of your feet. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale the left heel down. Inhale the right a little higher. And now exhale, swing through warrior two. Inhale, as you come up, exhale into the posture. Inhale, reverse it. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, twisting lunge. And exhale, vinyasa your way. Okay, we're just going to do one more round. So feet together, balls of your feet reach the left leg up. Exhale the right heel down. Inhale the left as high as you can. Exhale, swing it through. Inhale, come through warrior one, open to exhaling into warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, twisting lunge. And exhale, vinyasa. And then we'll do the other side. Last time, feet together. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale the left heel down. Inhale the right a little higher. Exhale, swing through, warrior two on this side. Inhale as you come up. Exhale into the posture. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, twisting lunge. And exhale, plank position, last vinyasa. Knees lowered or lifted, your choice. Chaturanga. Inhale into cobra or up dog. And exhale to downward facing dog. And now we'll stay in down dog. Take your 5 full breaths here. So in downward facing dog, notice the heat that you've generated, the warmth. And I think about some of that heat that comes forward as being like if you had a river that was dammed and all of a sudden you released it, the amount of energy that would rush through and the friction that that might cause and the heat that might be generated. This is the same thing happening in our nadis, our energy channels in our body. As we break through that resistance, heat's the expression of its movement. And one more here. And then come under the balls of the feet, bend the knees, look at the hands, step or lightly hop forward. Inhale to monkey pose, flat back. Exhale and forward fold. Inhale, lift and rise all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart. And rest here. And just enjoy samastiti, just being completely still and stable. The contrast to that flow, that movement. Good. Now, if you have a strap, have a strap handy nearby. We're going to do a balanced posture here. So you can just slide it over your shoulder. Doesn't matter which side. Hands to hips. Put the weight into your left foot and reach your right knee up in the air. Now, you can do this whole sequence with the knee bent, where you take the right hand onto the knee and open the knee out to the side, or you can do it with the strap, hooking the strap around the foot and extend the leg straight. Holding it with your right hand, left hand to hip, open the leg out to the side. So whichever one is fine. If you've got the flexibility to just hook the index middle thumb around the big toe, that's another option. But anchor down into that supporting leg and lift through the crown of your head. Imagine like a zipper from your pubic bone all the way up. Just making you as tall and as extended as possible. Gaze is steady, either at the floor or the horizon. 2 more. And come back to center and release. If you need to shake out the feet in between, just roll the ankle a little bit, that's fine. And we'll do the other side. So this time, weight into the right foot, bend the left knee. Just find your balance there. Again, you're welcome to just use the hand and keep the knee bent, opening it up to the side, especially if balance is challenging for you. Or you can also wrap the strap around the foot and hold the strap with the left hand as close to the foot as possible, and then take the leg out to the side. Keep anchoring down through that supporting leg. Lift as tall as you can. And remember to maintain that smooth, even breath. So it's easy to want to clench here, to hold the breath when we're balancing, but you want to have it flow. So those dynamic movements are really helpful for teaching us how to coordinate breath and body. But when we're in static postures, we have to maintain that. Couple more breaths. Good, come back to center. Release that strap down. Again, if you need to roll the feet or the ankles, please do so. Releasing your strap, bring your hands to your hips. Weight into your left foot again. This time, just take your right foot to your ankle. So toes are tucked, heels sitting right there on the ankle. This is just a beginning stage of tree pose. You can start here. You can take the foot to the shin or calf just below the knee. Or you can grab onto that foot and place it up as high as you can into that inner thigh, and then bring your hands to your heart. Breathe deeply here. Press the leg into the foot, foot into the leg. If you're comfortable, take your arms up over the head. Reach the hands all the way up like they're pulling that string on the crown of the head. Last 2. And then bring the hands down the center line, release the foot. Again, shake out the feet if you need to. Weight's in the right foot this time. Left foot just sits on the ankle. So toes are tucked, heel rests there. And this is a great way to get used to developing some strength and balance in the foot. You can also place the foot on the calf or shin, here just below the knee. Knee opens out to the side. Or grab the ankle, place that foot as high up on the leg as possible, foot to the inner thigh, hands into prayer. Breathe here. Vrikshasana, tree pose. Pressing the foot into the leg, leg into the foot. Find a steady gaze, either at the horizon line if possible, or at the floor if you need a little more support. And then if you're real comfortable, take the arms straight up in the air. And imagine they're pulling that string from the pubic bone all the way through the crown of the head. So they're helping you to grow taller. So it's one of those times, rare times, where we actually keep the shoulders a little higher up, nearer to the ears, lengthening the side bodies. Navel hugs the back body. Keep pressing the palms into one another. And then slowly come down. Release the foot, and again, if you need to, shake it out. Find samastiti for a moment. Good. Last one here I'd like to do. Weight into your left foot, bend your right knee. I'd like to do this one without the strap. So you can have your left hand to the outside of the knee, open the right arm up behind you, rotating the navel to the right. So grow as tall as you can through your spine on the inhale. On the exhale, squeeze the navel back and see if you can rotate a little deeper. Inhale taller, exhale squeeze and rotate deeper. Feel like someone's pulling your arm behind you to open up that shoulder. Squeezing, twisting, wringing out that spine, any of those obstructions. And then release. Come back to center. Bend feet if you need to. Samastiti. Okay, other side. Weight into the right foot. Left knee lifts. Do this one without the strap. We'll just keep the knee bent. Right hand to the outside of the knee. Navel rotates to the left. Left arm opens up behind you. And that hand that's on the knee is like leverage. So you can pull on the knee, use it to twist a little deeper, but you want to have most of that twist coming from the musculature. So on the inhale, grow as tall as you can. Create that inner body lift and lightness. And then exhale, rotate a little deeper to the left. And keep going. Listening to your breath and your body. Releasing those areas of chronic contraction. Last one. And then gently release. Again, if you need to shake out the feet, find Samastiti for a moment. Relax your shoulders from your ears. And let's take a vinyasa. We'll come back to the front of the mat. Big toes touching space between the heels, hands together in front of the heart. Inhale, the arms reach up. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway to monkey pose. Hands on shin or floor, your choice, but tips of the shoulder blades down the back. And exhale, step back to plank position. Chaturanga, your way. Knees lowered or lifted. Inhale, cobra or up dog. And then exhale to downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Head and neck is relaxed. Navel hugs the back body on exhalation. And now bring your knees to the floor. We're going to do puppy pose. So having your toes tucked, having your knees down, but hips and knees in perfect alignment. So you're making that right angle. Walk your hands forward till your forehead comes to the floor. And then hug the navel towards the back body. So if you want to imagine that the back is a straight line. No dipping through the lower ribs. Abdomen pulls back. Breathe into any area that feels tight. One more. And then walk your hands back. We're going to come onto our backs. So just lower the hips down, feet flat, knees bent. We'll draw the knees into the chest to Apanasana as we come onto our backs. Crown of the head reaches away from the tailbone. Okay, so feet flat, knees bent. Preparing for bridge, we're going to do a little variation first before we do bridge. So make sure you have room around you to move your arms. We'll start with the arms over the head. Palms open, so fingers are spread wide. And then as you exhale, you're going to bend your elbows down and slide your arms across the floor, elbows reaching towards the rib cage. And then inhale, take the arms back up and over the head. And that's all it is. Exhale, bend the elbows down towards the ribs, feel the whole shoulder girdle, getting a nice stretch, and then inhale. Slide the arms back up and over the head. Keep going with your breath, please. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale as the arms reach over the head. Exhale as the elbows bend down towards the rib cage. And again here too, notice, does it get a little easier each time, finding just a little more space. Last one. Good. Inhale the arms over the head. And then exhale, just bring them through the air down by your side. Just take your time with that. There's no rush. Rest for a moment. Palms are relaxed. Moving into bridge pose. So have your feet flat, knees bent. Lightly touch your heels with your fingertips. And then with the arms down by your side, press into the feet, roll up through the spine. Neck is neutral. Exhale, one vertebrae at a time, roll down. Inhale, right arm lifts, roll up. Exhale, arm and spine come down at the same rate. Inhale, left arm lifts as you roll up. Exhale, slowly come down, arm and spine at the same rate. Once again, both arms reach. Now this time you're going to keep your upper body lifted off the floor and just exhale the arms down by your side. And then if you can, you have options here. You can just hold on to the outside edges of your mat, roll your shoulders under you as best as possible, and keep your inner elbows rotating up towards the ceiling. Pressure is balanced equally in both feet. If you have a little more flexibility in the shoulders, you can interlace the fingers into yoga mudra, binding them together, still pressing into the feet. Watch the tendency to overstretch the back of the neck, so keep a little lift in the chin just to honor that cervical curve. Breathe here. Now it takes strength to keep that body lifted, keep pressing into the feet. As you engage the back body, keep a little bit of relaxation in the gluteal area so that we're not over squeezing the glutes. Even inhale, even exhale. And then come onto the balls of the feet, release your bind or your hands off your mat, and then slowly, one vertebrae at a time, bring the hips back down towards the floor. And if you want to widen the feet for a moment, let the knees fall into one another, just rest. Inhale, exhale. Good, staying on our back here. Left foot is straight, so get the feet back into position. But this time, take your right foot on top of your left knee. So if you look between your legs, you'll see a hole. The right hand goes through the hole. Left hand comes around the thigh. Interlace the fingers and lift the leg off the floor. So this is your pigeon pose on your back, Supta Kapottasana. And now pull the knee closer to your chest. If the right elbow happens to touch the right knee, you can open it up a little bit by pressing it open. Tailbone lengthening away from the crown of the head. Watch the tendency to jut the chin up. Good. One more breath here. And then straighten that left leg. Flex through the heel of the foot and lift through the inner ankle. Pulling that pinky toe side down. And then release both foot and the foot that was on the knee. Come back into the position for a bridge. Take a moment here to rest. Planting that right foot down, left foot on top of the knee. Left arm goes through the hole, right hand comes around to grab, lifting the leg off the floor. And once again, you're going to start to pull that knee in towards your chest. If the left elbow reaches into the thigh, press it open. Breathe here. Keep your feet flexed. It protects the knee joint. Smooth, deep Ujjayi breaths. Nice and even. Keep feeling that hip opening, releasing tension, whatever those areas that were dammed up or closed off, whatever that was, let that go. Last few breaths, straighten that right leg. Extend up through the inner ankle. Pull the pinky toe side of the foot down. See how close you can get that leg to the chest without taking the tailbone off the floor. Good, and then gently release. Bring both feet back down, feet flat, knees bent. Rest for a moment. If you want to teepee the knees, please go ahead and do so. And then hands underneath the knees, roll back up into a seated position. We're going to start with Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together, knees open wide. Have some space here in the hips already. And then hands beside you, you're going to push your hips forward so that you get more of an anterior tilt to the pelvic floor. Then hook the index middle thumb around the big toe, or if you've got the flexibility, wrap the hands around the feet. And then lift the sternum forward and up through the shoulders. Back is nice and straight, chin in, back of the neck is long. Crown is lifted, close your eyes. Breathe here. Full, smooth breaths, just as we were doing at the beginning of the practice. As if the breath itself is the pulsation that moves the prana through the body. And if you'd like to begin to forward fold here, you're going to keep that heart open. That's important. Just start to lean in. Watch the tendency to want to round the shoulders or upper back. And if the elbows, again, happen to touch the calves, just let them reach down into them, gently pushing them open. Don't worry about how far forward you go. Just keep that good posture. Crown reaching away from tailbone. Breathe into it. Last one here. And then slowly lean back. Sit tall for a moment. Find that straight, neutral spine. And we'll release the bind. Extend your left leg out. Now, if you have a strap nearby, it might be handy here. Internally rotate your left thigh in and down. And you have a couple of choices. You can just keep the right foot on the inner thigh of the left leg, knee bent, for Janu Shirsasana. Or you can come into Ardha Padma Paschimottanasana, which is to take the outside of the right foot into the crease of the left hip and thigh. So it's a little bit more narrow hip. You've got a little bit deeper rotation, hip rotator opener. And then if you have the flexibility to bind, the right arm would go around your back and your fingertips grab your toes. If that flexibility is not there, but you have a strap, just wrap the strap around the toes and then hold on to the strap as best you can. Inhale, reach your left arm up in the air. And if you're in Janu, it can be both arms that reach up. And then exhale and forward fold. So grab onto either the shin, ankle, the foot, or toes, whatever you're capable of reaching. On your inhale, extend your spine. So lift your sternum away from pubic bone. And on your exhale, melt just a little deeper into the forward bend. And inhale, extend, grow a little taller, lift out of the posture just a bit. And then exhale and see if you can gain just a little more space as you deepen the forward bend. Good, one more like that. Inhale, extend, create as much length in the torso as possible. And then exhale and melt into it. And now we're going to stay and just breathe. Again, that same smooth diaphragmatic breath. See if the breath can find any areas that still feel a little closed off or tight. Release them. Navel hugs the back body on exhalation. Then on your next inhale, slowly come back up. If you were in Janu, both arms can reach, otherwise just the one arm. And then exhale, bring them down by your side. If you were bound, you're going to release the bind. We'll find that both legs are straight, hands beside the hips, and come into Dandasana staff pose for just a moment, transitioning between these two. Okay, same thing. We're going to internally rotate the right leg, left foot to the inner thigh if you want to just stay in Janu. If you've got a little more flexibility, we've done some work with the hips today, so you could take the outside of the right foot into the crease of the, outside of the left foot into the crease of the right hip and thigh. And then here too, if you have the flexibility to bind, it's the left arm that'll go around the back, grabbing onto the toes. Otherwise, use your strap. And then hold as close to the toes as possible, so you're still creating that feeling of a bind. Inhale the right arm up, or if you're in Janu, it's both arms that'll reach. And then exhale and slowly start to come forward. Again, your hand lands wherever you naturally go. So shin, ankle, foot, floor, don't try to reach beyond it, or your tendency will be to round the spine. Inhale, extend the heart, get as tall as you can, lengthen, and then exhale, melt a little deeper into the posture. And again, you're using the breath in this way. So as you inhale, feel that little lift, extending, creating room between sternum and pubic bone. And then exhale, soften into it. One more, inhaling, just a little bit of a lift out of the posture to find more space to move into the posture. And then you're just going to stay. Just stay with your breath. And let the breath find subtle areas to open. The last one here. And then inhale the right arm up, or both arms if you're in Janu. Come back up into seated, engaging the back, and then exhale, release the bind, and extend both legs. Dandasana staff pose, again, hands beside the hips. Press into the palms, sit as tall as you can. Legs are engaged.
And then option here, we're going to come back into fish pose. However, if you feel comfortable because you have open hips to come into full lotus, then you can do fish in lotus if that's what you prefer. So you take the outside of one foot into the crease of the opposite hip and thigh, and then bring the other foot in. But either way, fish pose is on our back. So if you're doing it, the legs extended, you're going to come onto the back, legs extend long, thumbs underneath the hips, or if your arms are a little longer, they're under the thighs. The forearms are hugging into the side bodies, nice and close. And then you're going to push out through the balls of the feet and lift the chest. And you're either doing that with the legs straight here, or you're doing it in lotus. Crown of the head reaches into the earth, lift the sternum, keep pushing into the forearms, puffing up the chest. Feel the throat stretch, that whole front line. And then reach the head off the floor, gently release. If you were in lotus, release the legs. Take a moment to rest. And bring your knees back into your chest, Apanasana, and bring the knees over to the left as you look to your right. Extend your right arm out into a half T. Navel rotates to the right. If you'd like, you can bind the knees by holding on to that crease underneath the left knee. Excuse me, that would be the crease underneath the right knee. Navel keeps softening and surrendering to the right. And then come back to center, and we'll switch. So take the knees over to the right. As you look to your left, left arm opens up into that half T. And again, if you want to hold on to the knee, navel's opening, head and neck is relaxed. Breathe into the twist. Even though you're coming down and relaxing, still want to keep that breath flowing, prana moving through the body. And then we'll gently release, come back to center. If you need to put sweaters and socks back on, you can do that. Give a little bit of hug of the knees into the chest first so that you end with a symmetrical pose. And then we'll prepare for Shavasana, final relaxation. Legs will be a little wider than hip distance. Arms are down by your side, palms face up, shoulder blades tuck underneath you. Take a moment or two to settle in, letting the body really open to the earth. And if you're in a lighted room, it's nice to cover the eyes with a soft cloth because light is a stimulant for the mind. Now reflect for a moment as you rest here on that practice, the flow, the movement in the beginning, building the heat and the warmth, breaking free from some of the resistance in the body. And then reflect on the slower portion, the static postures near the end, just coming back into that feeling of being grounded and stable. And really discernment is the key to know when we need the movement, when we need to change, to transition, and when we need to just be still, stay where we are, be planted and rooted in our foundation.
So very slowly begin to deepen your breath. And as the breath comes in, notice the breath and prana can move with more ease and grace, unobstructed through the body. And run your thumb across your fingertips. Wiggle your toes and roll wrists and ankles. And without rushing, gently draw your knees into your chest and curl to your right side into fetal. Arm under the head as a pillow. And placing the hand into the earth, slowly come back up into seated, head and neck heavy, eyes closed as you come up. If you want to prop your sit bones up for a few moments here, a meditation and pranayama, then please do so. Okay, so we're going to do a pranayama practice called Nadi Shodhana, alternate nostril breathing. Bring your right hand up, your index and middle down to the mound of the thumb. Your fourth finger and thumb are pinchers that go right on the bridge of the nose, right above the nostril. I'm going to start by inhaling in through the left nostril, plugging the right. And then exhale, plug the left and breathe out through the right. Now, since the right's open, inhale through the right. And then plug the right and exhale through the left. And we'll start there. Let's repeat that one more time. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. And exhale left. Good. We'll add in retention. Inhale left. Soft pause at the top of inhale. Exhale right. Inhale right. Soft pause at the top of inhale. Exhale left. Inhale left. Pause. Exhale right. Now add a pause here. Inhale right. Pause. Exhale left. Add a pause here. Inhale left. Pause. Exhale right. Pause. Inhale right. Pause. Exhale left. Pause. Now, if you'd like to add visualization, inhale white light in, soak the left brain, trace it down to the base of your spine, pause. Hold the light there. Exhale that light from the base of the spine back up as you exhale out the right nostril, right brain, right nostril, and pause. Inhale white light in through the right nostril, soak the right brain, bring it down to the base of the spine, pause. Exhale from the base of the spine, trace it up the spine, out the left brain, out the left nostril, pause. Again, inhale, white light in through the left nostril, soak left brain to the base of the spine, pause. Exhale from the base of the spine, out the right brain, right nostril, pause. Inhale, white light in through the right nostril, soak right brain to the base of the spine, pause, holding the energy there. Exhale from the base of the spine, out the left brain, left nostril, pause. Please keep going on your own.
Seeing prana travel through that central channel, central nervous system. Complete the round you're on and do one more. There's no rush, but when you finish, lower your arm. And then see 2 even lines of breath coming in through both nostrils, up into the midbrain. And then the 2 even lines of breath and light going from the midbrain out both nostrils. As they enter the midbrain, you might see that they converge to a single point. And then return back out the nostrils. As the sensation, the light, the prana gets stronger at that single point, more of your attention is directed to it. Until eventually the mind comes to rest there. When it draws the mind in, then just let go of the technique. And hold your awareness at the point in the midbrain filled with light. And then just lower your chin to your chest. Keep that good feeling with you. Bring your hands back together in front of your heart. Let your thumbs touch your sternum. And with your head bowed, just return to our intention, this idea of being able to seamlessly transition, to move to change when change calls us, and to do it with grace.
And we'll seal this practice with a chant of Om. So take a deep inhale in and a long exhale out. Another deep inhale in. Namaste.